Hi, Peter Charles here, folks, fly fishing. And lately we've been talking about loop knots. So here's a non-slip loop knot that you can use to connect your tippet to your hook. And the beauty of doing non-slip loop knots to attach the fly to the tippet is the fact that it allows free movement of the fly. The knot never closes down, so the fly can kick around in current. It can orient itself properly. If you're using a relatively light fly with a relatively stiff tippet, and you cinch the knot right down tight, you could have the actual fly come through the water at a weird angle because the tippet is actually twisting the fly. So when you use a loop knot, you not only get better movement out of the fly, you also avoid that problem of the tippet dominating the fly. The fly tends to ride in a proper angle. The other thing that's really interesting is that when you want to get maximum depth out of a fly, especially if, let's say, you've got a cone on the front, or a bead, when you cast that out with a loop knot, the fly orients nose down as soon as it hits the water, and whoosh, down it goes. It really penetrates. Whereas if you don't use a loop knot, the drag of the tippet and the leader can cause the fly to sort of start to nose up a little bit, and it doesn't go down quite as fast. So you can really get some good speed out of the drop from a fly if you use a non-slip loop knot. Now, this knot's also, I've heard it referred to as the Lefty Kreh loop or the Lefty Kreh knot. So you might see it under that name. It's a straightforward knot to do. It's not particularly difficult, and you can do it on the water without too much problem. Okay, here's my hook. What I'm going to do, there's my tag end of my tippet. I'm going to put an overhand knot in it. There we go. Nice simple overhand knot. Now I'm going to pass the tag end through the eye of the hook, and then I'm going to pass it through the loop in the line. And I can snug that down a little bit. Now I'm going to pass this around 3 times. You'll see some books will say as much as 5 times. 3 is good. And then I will come back through the loop with the tag following the same path as the original piece of tag that I put in there. So you can see I'm following the same path. I haven't come back through the other way. Now what I'll do is I'll grip my tag and my loop together, and I will pull that overhand knot snug it down. And once it's snugged down, then I will pull this straight. And there we go. There's our non-slip loop knot. Now you can use 3 turns, 4 turns, 5 turns, whatever works for you. I tend to use 3, and I've not had a failure with 3. But if you want to be belts and braces, go with 4 or 5. But it ends up being a very effective non-slip loop knot. It does not slip down, and is reasonably strong. It's probably equally as strong as the Uni or Duncan loop. So give it a try, the non-slip loop knot or the Lefty Kreh loop knot, whichever phrase you want to use, whichever name you want to use. And use it in your streamers, use it in your wet flies. It'll add to the effectiveness of your the fly as it passes through the current. Cheers.